Niggas are gonna go through every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the higher level in which the masses gonna be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. This shit is over.
I am inevitable.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a Friday. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got to get more into this Epstein stuff coming out.
Welcome.
Got to get into it. So they plan on releasing millions of Epstein files, but they got they saying they got over 500 people basically skimming through the files to try to get them files together to get them released, because it's like well over the date. Like what they 25 days late with the Epstein files.
1 million files, bro.
Million files. That's what they claim.
1 million files.
Claiming 1 million files.
And they ain't got one video in there of a powerful person doing some illegal stuff.
Right, something on files.
No pictures, no nothing, huh? Just we don't even know why they arrested Epstein and Maxwell. What would they arrest them for again? Because I don't understand. Because it seemed like they ain't got nothing in those files. What did they actually get arrested for? Like what was incriminating that they actually found besides the testimony? They ain't have no other evidence besides people testimonies. Because I don't get it. You got over 1 million files, and all the stuff that they released to us just look like Facebook picture, like pictures you would post on a family Facebook page.
Yeah.
Or Instagram page. Like what
Let's get into this.
Where's it at, y'all?
Right. Yo, shout out to y'all just coming in. Please double tap the screen, like this video.
Now to the latest.
So we're going to get into this article.
On the Jeffrey
CBS
Epstein files, the Justice Department says it has uncovered more than 1 million documents that are potentially related to this case. Our chief White House correspondent, Selena Wang, is near Mar-a-Lago, where the president is spending the holiday week. Selena, good morning.
Hey, Rhiannon, good morning. And this was really a surprise announcement from the Justice Department saying they've uncovered more than 1 million additional documents potentially related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And the DOJ says because of the sheer volume of all of these files, it could take a few more weeks to review and release these files. They say lawyers are working around the clock to ensure that these documents are properly redacted to protect victims. But that explanation, it's not easing the outrage on Capitol Hill. Democrats claim the DOJ is breaking the law by missing last week's deadline to release these files. Now, sources had previously told ABC that the DOJ has upwards of 1 million files related to Jeffrey Epstein, but so far, only about 100,000 have been made public. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is putting it this way, posting, quote, "A Christmas Eve news dump of 1 million more files only proves what we already know. Trump is engaged in a massive cover-up." Now, look, this is a striking announcement from the Justice Department, given that months ago, Trump officials had already claimed that they had done a comprehensive review of all Epstein-related files. But still, the Justice Department is insisting that everything will eventually be released in compliance with the law. Will?
Yo, let's just get this out the way right now. Is anybody going to jail? Like, you releasing these files for what? Like, is there anything in there that that we can go off of that can get people convicted? Because y'all wasting all this manpower trying to go through all these different files for what? Just to release it to the public for what?
They going through the files to remove all the stuff that incriminate them. If they ain't trying to protect the victims, they trying to protect the powerful people who's on that list. That's who they trying to protect. They not trying to protect the victims. They tell, oh, we redacting everything that's in there so we can protect the victims' identities. Right. The criminals is going through their own evidence and making sure they get all their own evidence, redact all their own evidence that's against them and then release it to the people after their names and their pictures and their videos are removed. Because I just can't believe it. Trump administration said they went through all the millions of files. Yeah, right. When? When did they do that? What did they use? They must have used AI to do that. Cause how did they ain't
They
have
said
enough
they hired over
manpower?
yeah, they said they hired over 500 different people
Nah,
to look over those, to basically skim through the files.
500 people ain't getting through a
To
millions of files, bro, in a
nah,
little bit of time. That's unrealistic. That's
but my thing,
unrealistic.
yeah, but my thing is they're releasing all these. They're releasing over 1 million files of what?
Ugh, nothing.
Pictures, vacation, a little bit of audio here and there from the court file, from the courts. What? What are they releasing? Are they releasing anything that's going to get anybody convicted? That's what we want to know.
Like, who are these victims trafficked to? Who do they traffic all these victims to? That's what the people want to know. All the other stuff in the files, they could keep that. You know, like you said, the vacations, them on the yacht, smiling and all that type of stuff, and at the DC conventions and all that. Them, the brunches and stuff. Who cares about any of that? What they show? Bill Clinton in the hot tub. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, all right, but who were these victims trafficked to? Like, where are those individuals? Where's their names, dates, times, and why they ain't got cuffs slapped on them?
exactly,
I'm gonna be
exactly.
honest with you. I think Trump going around starting all this stuff just to try to get people to forget about the Epstein stuff.
Yeah,
Cause you
I
see how
believe
every
that's what I'm
time you
believing
ask him
too.
about it, he's like, "You're still on Epstein? The guy's dead." And it's boring. He said it's boring. It's boring for people to be brought to
Yeah, that,
justice.
that's that's what I'm
That's boring.
right. That's what I'm thinking too. That all this with the ICE situation and all that is to take the focus off Epstein, but we ain't gonna stop talking about it. See, that's the thing. They trying to get people to forget all about it, don't talk about it. Meanwhile, y'all still funding these operations with our tax dollars.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would we let it go and forget all about it when our tax dollars is going into going into your criminal network? That don't make sense.
You know why Trump don't want people to keep talking about this? Because one of the main recruiting grounds was Mar-a-Lago and those beauty pageants that Trump was behind with them underage girls.
Yeah,
Some of
right.
them
A
girls
lot
was
of them
being
was like
trafficked
14, 15, 16 years old. Yeah,
12, 13, 14, 15 years old, being trafficked back and forth on those planes to those islands. And and
said the
Trump
youngest
was his
victim was
man.
9 years old.
Trump was Epstein's man, as well as Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like Bill Clinton, Trump, like all the most powerful people that you could think
right,
of. So those files ain't gonna have nothing in them. They only going through those files just to remove the incriminating stuff that'll get Trump in trouble, that'll get Bill in trouble, that'll get Hillary in
right.
trouble, that'll get Naomi Campbell in trouble. Shit, we don't even know what
Facts.
Chris Tucker was doing on goddamn. We don't know what Chris Tucker was doing on them planes. He could have you
Right,
hanging out with them. You don't know what they doing. And you got
right.
Prince Andrew. You got Billy Boy
Yeah,
Gates.
but yeah,
What was
Prince
Bill
Andrew
Gates
got kicked
doing
out.
over there?
He got and he kicked Prince Andrew up out the castle. Said you got to go. Your name is in the media, sir, for Epstein. And that a lot of the thing is they are saying the Queen was basically protecting him, and when she died, the brother basically, wanted him out the house, wanted him out from out the castle. Get up out of here. But the thing is, they all was down with Epstein. It's just that certain things got out that wasn't supposed to get out, or was it to get out on purpose? Was it put out on purpose?
When the Queen was alive and kicking, you ain't hear nothing about Epstein.
Nope.
Not on the mainstream media. Cause I mean, anybody doing any real research, you would see Prince Andrew was tied all up in that Epstein stuff. So while the Queen was alive, she wasn't gonna allow any of that to be released. Cause she ain't want nobody from the royal family to look bad. Let's just be real. King Charles ain't as strong as the mom was. Like the mom,
Right.
the mom, she was the real deal when it came to showing her power, suppressing things if they needed to be suppressed. Now that the regime changed, it weakened it a little bit, because that's a powerful name to be on the Epstein list. Prince Andrew,
Yeah,
that's a powerful name right there. Like, that's at the top. Somebody from the royal family, that's at the top.
yeah,
He
yeah.
ain't
That's the
going. You
big
think he gonna
question.
go to jail? You think he going to jail? Even if they did show a video of him doing something, they still probably wouldn't even lock him up.
Yeah, the most they did was exile him to another, location, basically somewhere far away from, far away from the house. So he still get to keep all his money, and
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Only they stripped him from his status, but he still get to keep all
his
his
title.
money.
Yeah,
And still get to do and basically indulge in things that he been indulging in. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It's not
Like,
like he's gonna be struggling and on welfare or anything.
it's-
You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna have trouble finding housing just because, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that.
right?
It's affecting his, I guess, his reputation, but he's still gonna be living good.
Yeah,
I
Prince
mean, I
Andrew still
guess
gonna be living
their
good.
reputation is everything to them, though.
Yeah, it is. Well, he need to go somewhere and fall on the sword or something. Then, yeah, he need to go ahead and fall on the sword. So
And we
I'm
forget about Billy Boy. Let's not leave
yeah,
out Billy Boy.
yeah. Then
His wife
his
ended
wife
up
divorced
divorcing
him.
him.
Yeah, his wife ended up divorcing him over this Epstein. I mean, it ain't like she already knew about it, but it got out in the public. So now it's like, and I think they did that to protect they special interests. I think, you know what I mean, like with the wife splitting up from from uh from him. I think they did some underhanded shit with that divorce
Hmm.
to make sure their interest is protected.
Oh, just throw him under the bus because he's the one that actually got caught
Yeah,
on Epstein's plane and island.
yeah, right.
Huh.
Yeah,
Keep her
this is
name
a
as clean as possible, huh?
yeah. Keep her name clean. Yeah, yeah.
It has been more than 3 weeks since the Justice Department missed the deadline to release all of the files related to the Jeffrey
3 weeks.
Epstein investigation, as required by law. Not a suggestion, by law. This week, the two House members who led the push to unseal those documents, Republican Thomas Massie and Democrat Ro Khanna, asked a federal judge to step in and appoint a special master to ensure all the documents are released. The request comes after the DOJ revealed earlier in the week that it had only publicly posted about 12,000 documents, but still have more than 2 million to review, meaning they have released less than 1% of the file so far. I don't know if you're good at math.
1% of the
nothing.
files.
And all the
Hey,
Democrats on the House Oversight Committee are demanding the
distraction,
Republican Oversight
distraction,
Chairman James
distraction.
Comer hold a hearing and force Attorney General Pam Bondi to testify about the DOJ's actions or inactions in releasing the Epstein files. Quote, the department's actions and public statements relating to the Epstein files have been conspicuously inconsistent, evasive, deficient, and misleading, heightening suspicions that DOJ is covering up details of Epstein's crimes in fealty to the White House.
Yep.
Well, it ain't even about Epstein crimes because he's dead already. It's about those who are not, who name is on that was in them files, that they was basically customers to Epstein and Ghislaine. Like, why they still trying to focus on the crimes that Epstein committed? He's already dead. We trying to get people convicted that's that's part of that criminal organization that's still operating now, who've
And
done crimes.
let's not forget all of them aren't customers though. Someone was just getting blackmailed.
Right.
Like, it could be people on that list, like prominent people, powerful people who just got caught cheating on their spouse or something like that. Like, stuff that might not even be criminal, stuff, but just like affairs and stuff that'll just make them look bad, like
Yeah,
Lewinsky,
right,
like Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky type of ordeal.
right.
Because a lot of these politicians, they pass themselves off like they live in a upstanding Christian lifestyle, and they don't do no good, they don't do no bad, and they upstanding citizens, and they always truthful and honest. It's just one affair or cheating on their spouse to make them look bad enough to where they had to resign. So it could be stuff in there like that too, that they're looking for to cover up. Because you don't forget, he was also into blackmail. These just wasn't customers. These could have been people he was blackmailing.
Yeah,
He could have just got them on camera somewhere, knew that they was meeting up with somebody they was having an affair with, and he had cameras all around. He knew which hotel they
absolutely.
was going to be in. He knew which hotel room they was going to be in, and actually had cameras all over the place. So it's that stuff in those files too. So yeah, and they only got 500 people going through 1 million files, and they only got 3
Yeah,
weeks. That's
yeah,
unrealistic. That's unrealistic. Think about how unrealistic that is. These people is not sleeping. What, they working 24/7 around the clock with no
right. They must
sleep?
be working like artificial intelligence.
Right, because that don't make no sense. This goes to show you they just telling us anything, y'all. That's what we trying to get through to y'all, that there is no million files that 500 people is looking through. They just telling us that because if you actually think about it, that's unrealistic. Millions of files,
Right.
500 people in a 3 weeks time. That's completely unrealistic. Those are just numbers that they throwing out there. They just telling us any old thing.
Yeah, that's what it is. Get back this put on.
Joining us now is the top Democrat on that committee, House Oversight Committee, Congressman Robert Garcia. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us on set this morning. There's the question of the special master, but there's also the question, I've talked to some legal experts on this, that the Congress could just sue the administration, right? You could take the DOJ to court and say to a judge, they are breaking the law. Make them follow the law. And instead of a special master, which, seems unlikely, but have like an actual lawsuit. Why, would Republicans be on board with that? And why hasn't that happened yet?
So it hasn't happened yet because we'd actually have to have a majority of the House on board for the lawsuit. And so a lawsuit from the House actually has to be first really pushed by the majority or a majority of members. And so we would need support from Republicans to actually get that lawsuit.
Well, all of them but one signed.
Right. Still, that was an action that they were forced to do. And so the legal action from the House is absolutely on the table, but so is legal action from outside groups. So there are a bunch of groups right now that are looking at the best way of approaching this. Getting a federal judge involved, which Congressman Connor from, of course, our committee is doing, is a good step and approach. And we've been planning kind of what this rollout on the legal front has been for a while. Right now, the fact that 99% of the Epstein files have not been released to the public from the DOJ is crazy. Yeah. Especially when you think about what's...
See, and that's the thing, because they're trying to get all the criminal stuff, incriminating evidence out of the files, so it can be released. Trump basically got them looking over them files to make sure, ain't nobody incriminating his, important people and shit. So, because if they was really on the up and up, they would just release the files as is. They wouldn't have to worry about, but they already talk about as a legal matter. A legal matter. That's their excuse. A legal matter.
You know what's crazy?
It's crazy.
You know what's crazy though? Why nobody, they talking about suing somebody? Why people ain't getting fired? Because I know just a regular Joe and Schmo on a job does the job bad, they get fired. And these people should be held even more accountable than just a regular 9-to-5 Joe Schmo, because their job is even more important. The Department of Justice, you're supposed to be making sure justice is handled for the whole country, and you're getting paid millions of tax dollars to do that. Why aren't people getting fired? We talking about suing people? They were talking about suing somebody. Sue? What? Why? How come regular people, we go to jail and we get fired? How come they can't go to jail and get fired? Like, that's injustice right there.
Absolutely.
Because anybody else who do a bad job like that, they getting fired. If you had a deadline to meet and you just ignoring the deadline and you just doing whatever you want to do, you don't get fired. Like, because in a normal world, you get fired. Why don't they get fired? Why don't they go to jail? Sued? That's it? And it's sued for what? Congress is all right. So they sued the Department of Justice. Let's say Congress did sue the Department of Justice. Who that money going to?
Exactly.
And it's just tax dollars anyway. So who is that benefiting? If Congress was to sue Department of Justice for not releasing the Epstein files on time, who would benefit from that money? Because American citizens don't benefit from any of those tax dollars. All the programs that they claim that they spending all this money for ain't helping Americans at all. Americans is in need of help. We quick to extend a helping hand to other countries, aid other countries, and we ain't even getting no aid in this country.
Right.
So I don't understand who is that even benefiting if Congress did sue the Department of Justice. And if since the Department of Justice is doing such a bad job, why ain't nobody getting fired?
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
Shit, we get fired if we don't do a good job.
That's a fact.
So what the hell? Like, what makes them so they're above the law? They better than everybody else?
They better.
They work for the Department of Justice? Right. Right, Positive Queen. She said, every job I've had watched me so hard, like they wanted me to make a mistake so they could fire me. Exactly.
Right.
And that's the everyday American what we have to deal with. We can't make one mistake. We could do 20 things good and make one mistake and be reprimanded for it and fired.
Right.
And they just forget about the 20 things we did good. But when you're a politician and you're a bureaucrat and you work in those government offices, and you could do no wrong. You can literally commit treason. You can literally commit treason being a government official and nothing to happen to you.
Right.
But let's let a regular Joe and Schmo down the street who work at a 7-Eleven or Wawa forget to add an extra meatball on the sandwich or something, you get fired. But they can have millions of incriminating files, and the public is demanding it. Tax-paying public is demanding to see it, and they got 3 weeks to get it done, and it's been months, damn near years.
Yeah, if you tardy at a job showing up late all the time, you're gonna get fired. But they can be late on something like the Epstein files.
Right.
3 weeks late. 3 weeks late. And nobody's facing any penalties or anything.
Nobody getting fired.
It's crazy.
Let's talk about the Pentagon with those 8 audits that they failed. Could you imagine being a business just failing one audit, you're out of here?
Right.
Imagine being a business and you're able to fail 8 audits. You failed 8 audits. They don't know, and it's trillions of dollars.
They out the back door.
Right out the back door. We don't know where that money went.
That money in offshore accounts.
Nobody goes to jail. No one get tried for treason. Nobody get tried for embezzlement.
Right. Facts.
Nothing.
Let us steal $1 out the store. We going to jail.
Exactly.
They get to walk trillions out the back door
of tax dollars that the whole nation worked hard for.
Right.
And they able to do
them in offshore accounts.
Why are we still accepting this abuse? I feel like American citizens are like in an abusive household with an abusive spouse whooping their ass.
Yeah, we in an abusive relationship with the government. Yeah, we are. Hell yeah. We in an abusive relationship with the government, bro.
And not one politician can't deny this. If we would bring this up to a politician, none of them can deny this.
We as much victims as the Epstein victims are. You know what I mean? Because our goddamn tax dollars is going into all his criminal organization.
Trafficking, drugs. And they locking people
American
up.
citizens are victims of the government.
They locking people up for a little bit of weed, and they find tons of cocaine and fentanyl through the borders. And when
Right.
you do enough research, you'll find out it's the CIA that's doing it.
Right.
That's insane to me. But they lock somebody up for 10 grams of marijuana somewhere. Joe and Schmo down the street to get locked up for 10 grams of marijuana while the government get to fly planes into the country with filled to the brim, filled to the ceiling with cocaine so heavy that the plane falls out of the sky because it got too much cocaine in it. And the plane reached the weight capacity. Forgive me for saying this, but heavier than Aaliyah's luggage. Plane more heavier than Aaliyah's luggage. Filled up with cocaine. Dropped from the sky. Come to find out it was a Central Intelligence Agency plane. In cahoots with the DEA. Who's also was in cahoots with the cartels to bring the cocaine into the country to sell. They able to do all it, and they tax dollars, mind you. Tax dollars paid for those planes.
Yeah, paid for the planes, the gas in it,
and the cocaine.
And the cocaine.
This type of corruption is insane. I don't even know what else to say. It's too corrupt for me. I don't even know what else to say. They got 3 weeks. They got 1 million files in 3 weeks to get through it to release Epstein criminal crimes, whatever he did.
But we don't care.
It ain't happening.
At this point, it ain't about what he did. Now he's dead.
It's a done deal out here.
All right, if you can't convict him, what you gonna do? Dig him up from the grave? Yeah, they might as well get the grave digger from Pennsylvania to go dig up Epstein so he can put him in handcuffs.
Right.
I mean, it don't make no sense. We want to see who we want people convicted that already broke the law that's still alive, and that's up there in the White House and the Senate and heads of corporations and these people that was part of that whole Epstein organization that took part in that need to be going to jail.
Facts.
Can't go on like this any longer. They need to be going to jail. Because they all they doing is committing more crimes anyway. Look what the hell this nation. Look at this nation. Just crime after crime. Crime after crime. Crime after crime.
Look through the files and you will find it. Crime after crime.
I might have to remix that joke. I had to remix that shit.
Look through Epstein files and you will find it. Crime after crime.
Hell yeah.
Crime after crime. Crime after crime. Right, Positive Queen. You had Biden's son on camera weighing cocaine.
Man, we did a live stream on that. He ain't even know how to count the crack he had on the shelf.
He don't even know how to weigh anything. He can't weigh cocaine. He can't weigh
nothing. Who records?
He don't know what grams.
And he got part. But who records themselves smoking crack? That don't make no sense. Nigga sitting in the green room, sitting on the beach, he in the shower. This nigga, him and his girl in the trap house, they actually recording themselves smoking crack. Who the F does that?
And he did a whole ditty. He beat the girl up on camera, dragging her around the hotel, just like Diddy did. And he's still out, living good.
He got pardoned. His daddy pardoned him.
Yep. He got caught with guns. He got caught when he was on camera with cocaine.
Bro, I don't know who crack is.
Cocaine in the White House.
Crack, bro. Who does that? Who records them? Who actually sets up a camera, sits in the shower, half naked, got a green light on, turns the camera on, sits down in the shower with the shower running and smokes crack? Who the F records themselves doing that?
New Jack City. When you recording a movie and you see Pookie sitting on the edge of the bed taking a hit of a crack pipe on camera, that's called New Jack City.
Bro, who the fuck?
That's the only time I seen somebody record somebody smoking crack on camera. It was New Jack City.
Yeah, Pookie,
Chris Rock
Pookie
did it
with the flag shirt on, with the American flag shirt on, smoking crack.
Yeah, I don't even understand.
Yo, that was iron. And when I seen that come out, man, I'm like, what the F is it? Like y'all putting this out deliberately just to get some shit going? Cause who the hell sits back and record himself smoking crack, bro? Then they found cocaine in the White House on the floor.
Right.
Like
On the floor.
who dropped the bag of crack? Who dropped the bag of
Bro.
cocaine in the White
That
House,
means
bro?
that it had to be so much cocaine in that White House for somebody to find it on the floor. That means it was tons of cocaine in that White House. That's why that's why it's called the White House.
Right. They found little baggies on the floor up there at the White House. Cocaine baggie. Like, come on, man. Come on now. This is all types of criminal activities going on up there, man. In Washington D.C. It's a lot of criminal activity going through there.
And they talking about starting to give people. They want to give people urine tests to make sure they ain't on drugs
Nah,
be on
get them.
welfare to be on welfare. But then they found crack cocaine in the White House.
Yo, that's a hypocrite. Yeah, that's why this nation gonna burn for all this hypocrisy going on. All this hypocrisy going on, this nation gonna burn to the ground. Like you gonna test people so they can't get food. You want to test people so they can get food stamps and subsidized housing, but you found a bag of cocaine on the White House floor, and you got a president's son smoking crack on camera and buying weight crack cocaine and weighing it on the scale on camera. But
Mm-hmm.
y'all this nation gonna burn for his hypocrisy. Sorry to tell
Right.
y'all, this nation is done, and it deserves to burn down. If we continue to let this go on, it deserves to get burnt down. It does, because there's no justice going on. All we see is injustice going on. It's no justice going on. Yeah, Hunter up there selling cocaine, smoking
Out of
crack
the
on
White
camera.
House. I think
But he was
they're right. He was selling crack out of the
he was
White House. I
he was
believe
selling
that.
crack and smoking. And his daddy was up there with him.
Ice cream cones and crack rock.
Just don't make no sense, man. Yeah,
Crime after crime.
Yeah, where's those files at? All that shit is part. I think all of it is wrapped up in the Epstein files. All that shit is
Look
part of the
through the files, you will find it.
crime
Crime after crime. We will be waiting. Crime after crime.
In jail, they be waiting. Crime after crime.
They ain't gonna be in jail waiting. They don't go to
He said the
jail.
Taj Mahal built his old. He owes the contractors $8 million. Yeah, that's another thing too. They be putting their own contractors on and shit. He up there building. He up there building bunkers and shit on the east wing of the White House and shit, just in case they gotta run down there and take cover. Cause they know the people coming. They know the people about to storm that shit. It's either they gonna storm that shit or China and Russia going to end up bringing their asses up over here and occupying America. They preparing for something big though.
Why do you always say these presidents is wearing diapers? They said the same thing about Biden. Now they saying it about Trump.
I mean, they old as shit, so they probably are leaky bladder ass niggas, man. They got weak bladders, so they probably is wearing little hankies and shit, man. Little huggies. They up there wearing huggies and shit. Yeah, because they got weak bladders. Look at Biden, his dumb ass was falling all over the place. He couldn't even say a sentence. He couldn't even complete a sentence or walk straight without falling all over the goddamn place.
If you look through the files, you will find it. Crime after crime.
Yeah, we might have to remix that song real quick.
They will be waiting. Crime after crime.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked, Positive Queen. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand this shit. These motherfuckers get away with murder.
And they all corrupt.
Literally.
It don't matter. It could be Biden, Trump, Obama. You know what I mean? It don't matter who's up in there. They all corrupt, y'all. Bush. Both Bushes.
Daddy and no, granddaddy, daddy and son.
Yup.
Don't forget about the granddaddy.
Yup. Herbert. W.
Yep.
All of them.
Herbert W. W.
All of them, man. All of them. Corrupt as they want to be. Bill was corrupt.
And the Bushes are tied to the CIA, so you already know how corrupt they was over there. They was over there just doing all types of shit.
And Bill Clinton was tied to Epstein, so you know how that. Now you know how that
Right.
went.
Facts.
And Trump was tied to Epstein.
Damn sure was.
They said, you know, shit.
Let's see if I
Epstein was
can pull
always
my-
at Mar-a-Lago, chilling
Right.
up in Mar-a-Lago. So you mean to tell me that Trump didn't go to the island? So you mean to tell me Epstein was chilling in Mar-a-Lago, but Trump wasn't chilling on the island? Come on, man.
Yeah. Fucking losers. Yo, let y'all know 6 o'clock. We will be back live with the 4th part to the Sasha Riley interview. Part 4. We will be back with part 4 at 6 o'clock Eastern time. So make sure y'all subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Yeah, because this is more Epstein shit. We got some more Epstein victims speaking out. So we gonna get to that too. We're gonna get to that too. We got some more Epstein victims coming out and spilling the beans and shit. But niggas need to be going to jail at this point.
Right.
Though. I'm tired of people talking and ain't nobody going to jail. I'm tired of all this. We gonna release the Epstein files and there ain't nothing in there that's incriminating them. Nah.
Bro, they sent Diddy to jail with barely no evidence.
Yeah, they sent Diddy to jail. Yeah, they basically sent Diddy to jail with just because he rubbed man milk on his nippies and he smacked Cassie around and he went to jail for that. Rightfully so. I mean, if he for that, as far as for
But
what
he ain't
did
even
to
go to
Cassie,
jail
but-
for that though.
Yeah, he ain't even go to jail for that, right? He ain't even get convicted for that. He got convicted just for buying prostitutes. Yo, let people buy. I don't understand why prostitution is illegal anyway. That's another.
You
That's a whole nother
understand why?
story. I
You
know, but
understand why?
that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother live stream. But yeah, I don't understand why how Diddy went to jail for barely nothing. For barely anything. Like soliciting prostitutes. Okay. That's all consensual. Okay. He flew in some male escorts. Okay, they was hired from an escorting service,
Right.
which is legal in certain states. Yeah, okay. Did he like to sit in the corner wearing a mask? Yeah, I mean, wearing a mask, looking mysterious and shit, and doing some freaky stuff, you know, with his girlfriend and some prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? These mother effers got children involved. 9, 10, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 16. They got children involved. And nobody going to jail. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy to me, bro.
And no telling what else they was doing on that island.
Right. That's crazy, bro. I wanted to put this picture up real quick. Because let me put that picture up I had on here yesterday. Where is it at? Grab this picture. Fucking losers.
Slackers.
Slackers.
Yeah, that's the Department of Justice. Losers. Slackers. They supposed to get through 1 million files, in 3 weeks. They losers. Slackers.
All right.
I want them fired. I want them fired. I want everybody at the Department of Justice fired. I want everybody at the Pentagon fired. And I want them all investigated.
Facts.
I want just about everybody in the Oval Office. They need to be investigated.
Right.
Trump need to be fired. Get him the hell up out of here. Congress needs
Agreed.
to be fired. I don't
Agreed.
like any of them. I don't like any of them. I don't
Agreed.
like none of them, bro. I don't like none of them.
Look at these Look at these pricks. All in cahoots together.
One
Look.
big happy corrupt family.
Look at these pricks, man. All in cahoots. Look at this
Look at that,
criminal
y'all.
organization right here.
Look at that.
Look, ain't nobody. Look, they be fooling the shit out the public.
It's both Democrats and Republicans on there, ain't it?
Yeah, that's both presidents. Yeah, that's Clinton and goddamn Bush with
Trump.
and goddamn Trump with with the Ep guy. With Epi they called him.
Yeah,
And
I think
Epi,
Epstein is a scapegoat too. There's people out there that's
yeah, he is.
operating still that's way worse than with Epstein.
Yeah, it's a
Epstein is
thousand.
still a face.
It's
Right.
thousands of Epsteins out here.
Right.
A lot of them is Catholic Church. A lot of them over them Catholic priests. They be into trafficking too. Can't leave them out.
Right. Curly said that funny how they still redacting the Epstein files and still call it a Democrat hoax. Right.
All right. That's
I
insane,
see they
bro.
still trying to deceive people with this political shit. Like this go beyond politics. The Epstein stuff go beyond left wing and right wing.
All right.
It's freak wings.
Freak.
That's all. Yeah, a freak wing. That's all that's out there. Freak wing. Pedo wing. Pedo freak wing.
All right.
They ain't got nothing to do with no a Democrat hoax. When they said that sounded you knew it was something off when he said that. This
All right.
is a Democrat hoax. What does that even mean?
It's
What
crazy.
did that even mean?
It's crazy. Yeah, we gonna yeah, this let me see.
Yeah, they probably got some. Yep, somebody said the tapes I heard are child snuff films. Yeah, they got all of that. And that's some really sad stuff right there. These people definitely need to get tried and get the death penalty. These people that's into that stuff, they definitely need to get the death penalty. They need to get hung. Old school hung. Matter of fact,
Right.
they need to get fried like the dude on the Green Mile when they put him in an electric chair. Don't even wet the sponge. Don't even wet the sponge for half of these motherfuckers. Just let them burn up in pain.
All right.
Don't let the electricity get distributed equally to let that shit burn them up in concentration. Let them feel every bit of that shit. What was his name? Delacroix, some shit in Green Mile. Dude didn't dip the sponge. You know you're supposed to dip the sponge before you put it on their head while they
Yeah.
sit in an electric chair.
All right.
Don't even dip the sponge.
This is insane. This is insane.
Somebody
It
said
says
Bill
here,
Clinton knows he's in the files yet. He wants to completely released and unredacted, and Donald doesn't. George Bush and Bill Clinton during the Haiti disaster of the tsunami and earthquake, they collected $30 million and pocketed and never sent the money to Haiti. Yeah, a lot of people was doing that during the Haiti disaster. And what about all the kids that went missing during the Haiti disaster?
that must be behind.
Kids that they said they seen kids being shipped off in buses and never seen again. Yeah, where did all those kids get placed?
All right.
When they were shipping all them kids, they love going into places where that type stuff is happening, stealing kids.
Yeah,
They
a lot
going
of them
to
kids
disaster
going
homes.
right, and a lot of them kids they be using for slave labor. He
Yeah,
may go
it's
to
just so
jail.
corrupt. It's so corrupt around. It's so corrupt out there, man. I don't even understand how American citizens are even paying taxes anymore. Like for real.
Right,
I mean, they
right.
forcing one part of the population. It just comes right out of your check. I mean, you could change your tax status and then they
Yeah,
don't
you
take it
can.
out and they don't
Right.
take it out of your check. I mean, to tell you the truth, that's what people need to
That's what
stop
people need
paying
to start
taxes to
doing.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
think
stop
that's what
supporting these
people need.
corporations. Start supporting small and local businesses, mom and pop shops.
Right.
Stop supporting these big corporations because a lot of execs, people who's behind these big, and a lot of shareholders and stuff that's behind these big corporations, they on that Epstein client list for sure. I mean, especially in the fashion world. Oh man, all them fashion world. Who was the dude? Michael Jeffries. Whatever
Uh,
happened to him?
he was able to they said he was too incompetent to face trial.
They caught him human trafficking and he ain't go to jail.
Yeah,
Michael Jeffries got
yeah,
caught human trafficking.
Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, former CEO. He got out on a $10 million bail, and he never been seen again. They
Yeah,
basically said they gave him 4 months. I think he's supposedly spent like 4 months inside of a placement like for psychiatric.
it was
And
probably a
they
luxury place.
yeah,
Probably
luxury. Of course, it was luxury. Yeah, and they said he
it was
was
like a
too
resort.
right, and they said he was too incompetent to basically face trial. Like he didn't have all his wits there and all that. I'm like, really?
So he got a
Yeah,
get out of jail free card.
yeah. And I'm like, hold on, you and Diddy got the same charge in the same state. You mean to tell me he gets out on $10 million bail, but Diddy sits in there? Diddy offered to pay 50, $60 million to get out. Shit, almost 100 million for bail, and they denied him every time. He tried four different times and he got denied. But Abercrombie and Finch, Mike Jeffries gets out on a $10 million bond to never be seen again. All his shit disappeared from the media. Nobody even talks about that shit. Nobody talks about that at all. So you got to realize if they let Mike Jeffries get off, then how many CEOs of these corporations that's in the Epstein that's on the Epstein list is getting away with murder basically. It's like the head of these corporations, they definitely being protected because they know that'll bring the organization and most of America down to its knees because something like that getting out to come to find out that the head of all these corporations been taking part in trafficking children, having sex with children, and God knows what else. They try. That's why they over there redacting all this shit in them Epstein files because they don't want a lot of that shit to get out because it's so overwhelming that a lot of this shit they couldn't even. A lot of that shit they because they got they off records, the records that's off the books too, like shit that you don't. But it's like so much of this organized criminal organization that went on for so many years that a lot of that shit ended up in those files. A lot of that shit ended up in those files, and that's what they trying to basically clean those files up of is all the shit that been happening over the years, all the dirt, all the blackmail, people in uncompromising positions, people on there with children, people on there with, torture. There's probably torture on them tapes, all types of shit on them. Murder. It's probably murder on some of them goddamn tapes. You see the interview with the Sasha Riley guy saying he didn't witness some of them murdering people right in front of his shop, right in front of his face. We will be playing that interview, part 4 of the interview too. So if y'all ain't watched 1 through 3 yet, go to the live stream tab. You can watch 1 through 3 of the interview. We're gonna air part 4 tonight. But then we got more victims speaking out. So we're gonna follow y'all up with more victims coming out and speaking.
This is insane, y'all.
And I'm like, dang, ain't nobody going to jail for none of this shit, bro. It's just insane.
And just get this, we are still paying taxes and buying their products.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Can you imagine if that shit came out in the media that most of these corporations that we support are into the most wickedest shit, and that shit actually hits the public in the airwaves all over social media, bro? Them motherfuckers will collapse by tomorrow, bro. They trying to protect their interests by any means necessary. That's why
Yeah.
they'll stage an attack. They'll stage all some shit, some catastrophic event just to take the focus off of people getting too close to these these criminals at the top. They'll stage some shit.
Why you think they put Trump in office? Because he's the best man for this type
Right.
of job.
Yeah.
And he wanted to head this operation himself because he's definitely on them damn Epstein files.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Trump is
surprised
one
if
of the main ones.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got an order for ICE to go around and start icing people. Just so it could be in the media so they could take the focus off this shit. Because it's mighty funny that the woman gets shot in Minneapolis, then the next day they shoot 2 more people in Portland, then somebody else gets shot in Minneapolis again. I'm like, yo, so are y'all giving the orders to start shooting at people?
And that could cause a civil war.
Yeah, because people
We're
gonna
have
start
people
shooting
getting fed
back.
up. Yup.
Yeah, people gonna start shooting back. Yeah,
And
they
then
ain't
Trump
nobody.
going to call the National Guard and then
Yeah,
bring in more military because federal agents got killed because they out there doing illegal things to citizens. And next thing you know, it'll be a civil war in America. And that'd
yeah.
be a perfect distraction to take people's minds off the Epstein files.
Somebody said they got shot because they own actions, idiot. Man, them motherfuckers is trained to they know what to shoot at and what not to shoot at. They shooting at people they ain't even armed with nothing. Come on, man. Wasn't nobody a threat. It wasn't no fucking threat to them agents. They
This
carrying
Patrick character must be a federal agent.
them agents carrying big ass M16s and all that shit. Who's a threat? Who's a threat to them that they deserve that someone deserved to die? Like what type of shit we talking about? What type of shit? What type of agent coming in here talking like that?
Them ICE agents look like terrorists to me. Masked terrorists.
And that's another thing. Why they fucking masked up? Like, no, why you show yourself? Ain't no masked up when you dealing with American citizens. You ain't allowed to hide behind no goddamn mask. Take
How
that
we
shit
know
off
they ain't
your
Chinese
face.
and Russian?
Right. Well, how we know they ain't foreign soldiers that came
Right.
with mercenaries that's coming from other countries? Nah,
Right.
you gotta identify yourself. Ain't no what's your badge number and what's your goddamn identity? When you pull American citizens over and you stopping American citizens at these checkpoints, you got to take that goddamn mask off.
Yeah, to make
Like
sure
they
you're
walk
not Chinese and Russians that's invading
right,
the
they walking
United
around with
States.
masks on and shit. Yeah, they shoot the woman 4 times. Come to find, and then they lied about it and say, yeah, she was a threat. Everybody seen the footage close up. She wasn't no goddamn threat. She was smiling at the goddamn agent, telling him everything was cool. He the one he took his monkey ass over there, all aggressive, playing GI Joe and shit.
She
Get
wasn't
off
even
the
an
car.
immigrant.
You need to
She
get off
wasn't
the
even
car.
she wasn't
Yeah, she
even
was
an
American.
immigrant.
Yeah, get out the car. On some
She didn't even
GI
look
Joe
like an
shit.
immigrant. She didn't even look like an immigrant. So they just out there just shooting any old body at
They on
this
some
point.
GI Joe shit, bro. Until American citizens. See, that's the thing. They don't want that smoke, bro. They don't want.
No, they do. They trying to provoke a war in the United States. They trying to provoke a war in the United States so they could come in and divide the country up. Because they don't want the United States standing as it is. They don't want the 50 United States. They want to separate them. They want China to own some states. They want Russia to own some states.
Right.
They want corporations to own some states.
Yeah, they trying to split and divide
Yeah,
this
they
shit
want to
up.
divide. Facts.
Cause China own a lot of farmland over here.
Yes. And they got secret police stations all over the United States
Yes,
saying
you
that it's
ever
for
moved to New York?
Asians who come over here, for Asian immigrants, knowing damn well they over here spying on Americans. They got Chinese over here spying on Americans and Israel. They got Mossad over here spying on Americans. Right in America. Right in America. Government approved. They using our tax dollars. Yeah, this nation is beyond corrupt. I think it's time for it to collapse. We need
Yeah, look
to.
at
I
these
mean, I
agent.
don't
Look
know
at
why people are still
these
paying
agent
taxes to
Smiths. Let me
these
put the Matrix back
governments.
on. Look at these agent Smiths coming in here. Hold on. Get
Oh
back
yeah,
to the
it's
Matrix real
definitely
quick.
agents. They
Let's get back to the
love
let's get back to the Matrix because there's a lot of agent Smiths coming in here.
what they in here talking about. Some they love Trump or something like that. Because
Nah, they just
they
ain't.
calling us names. You two idiots. You don't know what you're talking about.
Get back to
Government is wholesome and clean. Our,
it.
our government is wholesome
He said they also be clean.
and clean.
Back to the Matrix, man.
Our government is wholesome. They'd never do wrong. ICE, we need to get ICE. They all need to get Purple Hearts. They are heroes. They are saving America. Trump is saving America.
He's making America great again.
He's making America great.
America's great again. Look, he said two idiots sound good. Yeah.
Why they got caught? That's how you know people got low intelligence and just here to just troll. They start calling you names. Like they don't got no good arguments. It's just name calling.
I'm about to start dropping a link for some of y'all. I bet you they won't
But
hit that link.
they would
with
not. These
argument
agents
points.
would never come on here.
Y'all who want to drop the link? You want to come up here and state your case, state your argument?
Yeah, drop the
Since
link.
since we idiots, let me drop the link before we get up out of here and see if what argument you got to stand on. We're gonna give you an opportunity. We're gonna give you an opportunity here, man. Argue your case. Let's justify ICE killing American citizens. Let's go ahead and drop the link for you so you can go ahead and justify you know, ICE reasons for and you get this, state why you think we're idiots too. So all right, we drop the link.
Oh, let me put it up there. Oh, there you
All
did
right, I
too.
put the
All right,
link. Yeah.
we got come and
I
get
don't even
some.
think can they hit the link from
You
the
know what?
vertical?
I don't even know. I mean, they should be able to. If they on their phones or whatnot, they can do it.
Yeah, go ahead, hit the link. We're going to give you an opportunity to come up here, ICE protector. The ICE.
ICE protector.
Come on, ICE protector.
Come on, get up here, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
He needed to chill out.
He needed to chill out.
He needed to chill out.
He said bots don't hit the link, right?
I know some of these are bots though.
Yeah, a lot of them be bots and shit. Right.
Come on, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, we already Sasha Riley, we already aired 3 episodes of that already. So the 4th episode at 6 o'clock. We already got the live stream set up. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We will be playing the 4th part to the Sasha Riley interview. If you didn't check out 1, 2, and 3, it's on the live stream tab. Make sure y'all check out the Sasha Riley interview. It's a lot of heavy things in that interview. So
click the notification bell too, so you make sure you
yeah,
get your
turn on all notifications because at 6 o'clock we will be putting out the 4th part to that interview. So we be live.
Y'all retards. I like that. I like when y'all retards. How are we retards? Terry Kaiser.
They got the link. If you want to come up and tell us why we're retards, we dropped the link for you.
Terry Kaiser, how are we retards? How are we retards?
Got the link.
Look, at least you understand you're retarded. They actually funny.
That's funny shit. That's funny as shit.
How are we retarded?
Yeah, you know them bots come in here flooding. Them goddamn Agent Smiths, they come in here flooding the comment section.
You are retarded. Why are you calling us names? That's hurting our feelings, guys. Why are you coming in our chat and calling us retards and idiots? We take the small bus to school.
Right, they just scared. Yeah, right.
What's
If you
wrong?
scared,
What's wrong with kids that take? Why are you shaming kids who take small bus to school?
if you scared, get a dog.
Why
If
would
you
you shame? Why would you shame those kids? Tree. Your name is Tree Ogie, and you calling us retarded?
Tree Ogie, like Tree Hoagie, Tree
Tree
Ogie. What the fuck is that?
Tree Rogie, or something like that.
Oh,
Why
damn.
you shaming? Why you shaming kids who take the small bus to school? What's wrong with kids that take the small bus to school? Educate us. Why would you say that? Why would you say we took the small bus to school? Why would you do that? You're hurting our feelings, man. That hurt my feelings.
All right, y'all. We got all right, we 6 o'clock, man. We gonna be back on here with the live stream for the Sasha Riley William Sasha Riley interview part 4. Like we said, check out 1, 2, and 3. It's on the channel. Make sure y'all support 90dayherbals.com as well. Got the best CBD on the market.
Night and day herbals, baby.
Grown out of Amish and out the Amish country. Lancaster, PA. For y'all that's familiar with that,
If y'all support our program and you like what we doing here, the best way to support us is through nightanddayherbals.com for the best herbal products you're gonna find on the internet, guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed. Grown in Amish country.
The link is in the description of this video. Make sure y'all double check.
Thank you, Miss Thule. She said, I subscribe to you guys. You're doing good work. Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff following up with this Epstein. A lot of more victims speaking out. Yeah, we gonna stay because they trying to distract us with all this ICE. That's why them bots in here. You say ICE, here come the bots. That's the key word for the bots to come flood the comment section. Is the key word that the artificial intelligence that picks up is ICE.
What's going on, ICE? You live here, man?
As soon as you say ICE, here come the bots.
Yo, ICE, you live here, man? Cause I don't think you do. ICE. So that's the trigger word? ICE. ICE,
yeah,
baby.
ICE. Right.
ICE. ICE, baby. That's the trigger word?
Yep, trigger word. ICE.
Ice cream. Lieutenant Dime. Ice cream. Lieutenant Dime. Ice cream. Lieutenant Dime, I got some ice cream.
Yep, ice. Ice spice and shit. All right, y'all, man. We gonna have to lead y'all to it, man. Like we said, 2 more hours. We'd be back on 6 o'clock with the interview. Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning.
Bells. Click your notification bells.
And for y'all that catch the replay back, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, share this information, get it out there. And yeah, make sure y'all support the shop, man. 90dayherbals.com. Again, that's 90dayherbals.com. Anything else you got for the people?
Click your notification bells. We're going to be back on at 6 o'clock.
6
o'clock. The interview, Sasha Riley, exposing Epstein. So let's make sure y'all come back for that and share this with your peoples. Like it, share it on your social medias. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in. And we appreciate everybody who purchased something from us from nightanddayherbals.com. Your packages is on the way. Make sure y'all sign up to our newsletter on our website, on the Night and Day Herbals website. You sign up to the newsletter. When you go on there, it's going to pop up is going to happen. It's going to ask you for your email address, your birthday, fill all out. We do birthday discounts. and all of that. So make sure y'all sign up to our newsletter, nightandayherbals.com. Link is pinned to the top.
Yes, indeed. And on that note, yo, we gonna catch me up out of here, y'all. Peace. See y'all.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.